Niall,
Vinny,
Mary and you.
the Beat Breakfast Crew.
The only way to survive early mornings.
Monday morning's Beat Breakfast. Niall, Vinny and Mary with you. Hope you're in good form. And, one song we've been playing quite a bit over the last couple of weeks is the brand new song from Westlife. It's called I Will Reach You. It's from the 11th album, Gravity. And it's written by Mark, would you believe it or not?
Cool.
And Mark is on the line to have a chat with us this morning. Hello.
Doing, guys, you alright?
We're on not
Mark.
too bad. And you? How's things?
Very good, thank you very much. I just heard what you were saying there. Thanks for playing the song so much and everything. It's a big deal for Westlife, for me personally as well, seeing as I kind of have involvement in writing it. So thanks for the support. It's always good.
No
Goes down
bother.
well.
Come here. I mean, is this your first kind of big writing credit on a single, or have you done some of them before?
Well, I've always written songs all my life, to be honest, even like since I was sitting next to Cian in fourth year in college in Sligo or whatever, I've always written, but I never really tried to write a Westlife song as such. I kind of stayed away from it because it didn't really, the idea of people hear pop bands getting a bit of success and then all of a sudden they want to write all their own songs and it all kind of goes hits up or whatever. But
were you kind of nervous putting the material forward and kind of wondering about what they think of it?
The first song I got on a Westlife album was the first song I ever even tried to write for Westlife, which is called Reach Out. Similar title, but totally different song, which was on our second last album, Where We Are, and I loved it so much and I was so proud of it that I kind of wasn't too worried playing it to them, because I was proud of it. So whether they liked it or not, I kind of still loved it. So, but. Yeah, of course, you get still a bit worried about it and nervous. It was the first song and stuff, but they all loved it, and we ended up recording it, and I was delighted.
I'm sure you always like hearing Westlife played on the radio, Mark, but you get an extra special lift when you hear this song and say to people, "Hey, did you hear that one? I wrote that."
Well, it's like, not in a kind of a swagger kind of way, like, that's me, I wrote that, whatever, in kind of an ego way, but in a way of like as a young teenager, and since being a young teenager, I've dreamed of many things, and a lot of dreams have come true. But one of my massive dreams has always been to write songs, and to write pop songs, not just songs, but songs that are on the radio or recorded by a band and on albums and stuff. And this is the first time that a song I've written has kind of got proper radio play, so it's a massive thing for me.
Great. Would you be interested in writing for others, or do you think if you write a song that is special and is good, you want to keep it for yourself?
Well, I'll always keep the kind of the best ones in the back pocket for Westlife for sure. But for me, and one of the next step definitely in my songwriting career as it was is I'd love to hear another artist to be something a bit different about another artist doing it, because they've got no reason whatsoever, but if it's either a good song or it's not, and if they sing it, they obviously like it, so I don't think I got the songs on the Westlife album just because I'm in the band. I think they genuinely went through the system, and Simon Cowell and Louis and everybody approved them, but yeah, I'd love another pop act to sing a song without a doubt. I'd love to write for a female vocal as well.
Okay. Deadly. Come here. How's 2011 treating you so far? What have you been up to since Christmas? I know you're doing a lot of rehearsals at the moment for the forthcoming tour.
Yeah, it was quiet in January, and then we sort of started having meetings about the tour and kind of on the creative side of things. So we've been rehearsing basically non-stop. I'm still a little bit out of breath. We've just got off the stage doing a big dance routine, so I don't know if you can hear that in my voice. But yeah, we've been rehearsing and preparing. It's a 2-hour show, but we've got 100 or more crew, and there's lights, dance routines, clothes.
So it's the full spectacle this time.
Yeah, it's like picking every last little kind of detail of what mics we use, what everything down to literally what socks and what t-shirts and a lot of planning goes into it. So yeah, we've been doing that for the last while, and obviously the first show now is on Monday the 7th in Cardiff. So very exciting times, and it's also a bit tense because it's the last few days, so it's a bit like if you don't get it sorted now, you'll never get it sorted.
Do you feel a little bit of extra pressure the bigger you get? Because you said that the amount of people working on the stage and the crew there, it's said of bands, like when they get that big, it almost becomes a business in a way. So do you feel kind of even a little bit more pressure on you?
Yeah, the thing is, it's not kind of the glamorous side, or we don't always kind of talk too much about the business side in terms of it makes it all sound a bit technical and it's meant to be fun, but it's true. The business, but the business side of it exists. I mean, as well as being a pop act and it's all great, and we travel the world and perform, we're also directors of a company, and we have to make big decisions, business decisions. There's contracts and deals and lawyers, and I mean, all that stuff does go on. As I say, we try not to talk about it too much, simply because, as I say, it kind of takes away from the kind of the spectacle of it all. It makes it sound a bit boring. But
at the end of the day,
there's all that side to it too. And as you say, we employ people, we kind of, there's, I don't know, there's a lot more to it behind the scenes. Well, for us anyway, a lot of acts, particularly pop acts, kind of say, well, I'll just turn up and tell me where to be and give me the mic. But we get involved in everything, from top to bottom. So
Are people surprised, Mark, when they find that out, that you're so involved in the show, and when they find out that there's so many people working on the show? Because it must still annoy you at times when you hear kind of the old cliche, "Sure, Westlife, they just need 4 stools and that's their show sorted."
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, but the thing is, another thing over the last 10 years, like, of course, there was times where we'd be like, oh, why the hell are they saying that? Sure, look, come and see our tour. We don't just sit around in suits and stools. But, we understand why people do it. And, no matter what we do, certain people will kind of, put us down or whatever. But I don't know, I suppose there was times in the past before we kind of matured a bit where it did annoy us. And, but if we kind of got hung up on people's perception of us, we'd be...
You'd have been back in Sligo living away years ago.
Yeah, and the thing is, then, if people change their perspective of us, then there'll be someone else that has, it's like, you kind of can't win, whatever you do. I think music's one of those things. I was just saying to someone the other day in an interview that, I went to see a Prince concert, and it was the best gig I've ever seen in my life a few years ago in Dublin. And the next day, he got slated in a few papers and the reviews and stuff. And I was just kind of like, well, if that gig can get slated, then obviously opinions are something that you just shouldn't really ever take that seriously when it comes to music, because one person's best gig of their life is another person's worst gig of their life. And so we never take the critics too seriously, because what's important to us is we look out and our fans look like they're having the time of their lives, and that's all that matters,
Lots of gigs at the O2. I don't think there's any tickets left for these either. It's 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th and 10th of April. Obviously coming home to play is always a big thing for you guys.
Massive thing, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly if there's 0 tickets or if there's a few.
I don't know.
I'm so bad. I'm actually not. I'm the worst person to talk to about that. There probably might be a few. I don't know, for 1 or 2 of them anyway. But yeah, we're very excited to go back to the O2. We've never actually played our own gig in the O2. We've done Childline in it recently, but we've never done our own gig because we've done Croke Park for the last couple of tours.
This is
it's a different beast altogether to go indoors. We're doing like a run of gigs there, and it's we're excited about doing the new venue first of all, but also being in arenas, it's different. People think, could never compare to Croke Park, but you'd be surprised. It's a totally different atmosphere, and when we're on stage in the O2, we're not going to be thinking about Croke Park. We're going to be busy being enthralled by looking at the thousands of people in front of us in there. So.
And as said up there, of course, you can almost see all the faces in the O2 with the tiered seating, whereas the Croke Park is just a sea of faces, so you can't really make people out.
Yeah, I mean, like, put it this way, playing Croke Park or playing the O2, it's both a beautiful experience to look out and see them all there, but they are 2 totally different kind of things, So, but like, as I said, we don't enjoy, both of them are 10 out of 10 for us, we love doing both of them. So.
Cool. Okay, well, obviously busy year ahead. The other thing I wanted to ask you is there any wedding plans in place, or is that kind of on the long finger for now for yourself and Kevin?
Well, in terms of plans and dates and venues and all that, no, but like, we don't kind of plan to hang around too long, I think it's definitely something we'll do as soon as possible. I don't really want to just pop off somewhere for a weekend and then go back
Las Vegas or something with Elvis. No, that's not for you.
No, I think that we want to do it once, and we want to do it right, and we want to enjoy it, and have everyone around us, and afterwards go off on a trip around the world or something like that. So I don't really. It's not. You can't just kind of squeeze it in between a tour and a studio session or something. So I think it's just about finding the right little sort of space, to do it or whatever. Which, well, it'll happen soon. I'll make sure it'll happen soon. But there's no plans, directly for the near future.
Cool. Okay. Well, listen, continued success, and we can't wait to see you guys back in Ireland. And as ever, thanks a million for taking the time to talk to us this morning.
100%. Thanks for supporting I Will Reach You as well. I really
No
appreciate
bother.
it.
Mark, look after yourself. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys. Okay, bye.
Niall, Vinny, and Mary in the morning.
Beat Breakfast.